Back row. So our first company of the day, they allow anyone to seamlessly deploy business-critical apps on any cloud. So from GigaSpaces, please welcome Adi Paz and Uri Cohen.
Can we start?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. We are GigaSpaces, and we are here to change the way application developers can deploy real apps onto the cloud. Deploying complex business-critical apps on the cloud is quite challenging. We are here to show how anyone can do it in a snap, throw any app onto any cloud on your terms. I'm Adi Paz.
And I'm Uri Cohen.
In today's cloud ecosystem, you have two choices when it comes to deploying your apps. One are the commercial platform as a service or PaaS offerings, and the other is building your own framework on top of the infrastructure clouds. The PaaS offerings are designed to simplify the complexity involved when deploying an app by hiding the operational and management aspects from the application developer. But that comes with a price tag. You have to fit exactly into their model. They choose the cloud. They choose the application stack. They determine your SLAs. Well, this works great for simple greenfield web apps. No issue there. But there are millions of developers and organizations out there that can take advantage of those platforms. Just talk to anyone who has ever developed a complex multi-tier application or an app that uses web servers or databases other than the ones supported by the PaaS providers, or an app that requires stricter SLAs than the provider's best effort. These and many more are all critical aspects for any real-life business application. Of course, you can build the entire deployment infrastructure yourself, but we all heard both Zynga and Netflix yesterday describing what that really takes. So in practice, those millions of developers and organizations just can't effectively leverage today's clouds. The product we've built, Cloudify, has one goal in mind: to set you free. Allow you to deploy any app you may have onto any cloud on your strictest SLA terms with full control and visibility. Sounds too good to be true? Let us explain.
So what is Cloudify? Cloudify is a software platform designed to run and manage the most complex and demanding apps on any cloud environment, public and private. Using it is easy. A few lines of config easy. So you're probably wondering how all of that is possible. Well, as they say, the secret is in the recipe. Cloudify's recipes are our very own special sauce. Think of it as a set of instructions for how to cook your app on the cloud. It specifies which components your app consists of: app servers, web servers, database servers, and so on, and how to install and manage them on the cloud. It specifies which clouds to install them on, from public clouds like Amazon and Azure to private clouds like OpenStack, vSphere, and even an arbitrary set of servers in your own data center. And as with any recipe, you can add any ingredient you want to them: a touch of Tomcat, a pinch of JBoss, MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, and basically anything you want, anything that matches your taste. It also specifies how to monitor your app on the cloud, starting from the most coarse-grained metrics, such as CPU and disk utilization, up to the most specific ones, like the number of active connections to your MongoDB, or the number of active sessions across your Tomcat cluster. And since we're talking about business-critical apps, let's not forget about elastic scaling, which Cloudify lets you implement in a breeze. This was just the tip of the iceberg. All of that and much more is available today free of charge at gigaspaces.com/Cloudify.
Let me summarize. Whatever application you may have, as complex as it can get, you can now easily Cloudify it. Deploy any app
on any cloud
your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you, guys. I think during the course of the event so far, we've heard several speakers talk about that nirvana of being able to go from any of the cloud providers out there. So obviously it's a space with some need out there. Maybe you guys can comment about, because you talked about SLAs, maybe you can comment a little about the supportability, because now we're adding yet another abstraction layer into the development environment. So what happens if we have problems?
That's an excellent question. So first of all, the abstraction layer is very thin. It's just a wrapper around your application. It simply tells Cloudify how to orchestrate your app, where to install stuff, when to start them. And it's not involved by any means in the runtime path of your app. So your app runs just as it would run if you'd install everything manually. Okay? The thing is that because the abstraction is so strong, it lets you choose the cloud you want, the application stack you want, and essentially, if you want to move from one cloud to another, which is not very uncommon. You know, we heard about a lot of companies that need to do it at some stage. You know, at some scale, maybe public cloud becomes less economical for you, and private cloud becomes more economical. So Cloudify lets you do it without really changing anything and without kind of changing all your IT operations and procedures.
Go ahead. Well, it seemed like a very nice user interface there. You also flashed what seemed like maybe a scripting language of some kind.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that? Is there some training required for that?
So yeah, this is actually it's a DSL, a domain-specific language that's based on Groovy. Groovy is a standard language on top of JVM. So we created a small layer on top of Groovy to enable you to define things very intuitively.
Do you sell this as a licensed piece of software or as a service? And do you deploy it? How does that work?
What we provide essentially is a software platform. The way it is distributed to customers is actually, it is free of charge, a full functional version with no limitation on size whatsoever. It's free of charge to download. Starting, by the way, next quarter is going to be presented as an open source as well. And for unique, value-added specific functionality or 24/7 enterprise-grade level support, this is where we are charging, but that's the model. And even then, the charge is on a pay-as-you-go basis. So everything was done in order to make it very easy to consume to those developers and enterprises.
Can you tell us a little bit about your go-to-market strategy?
Sure. Cloudify, as I said before, is going to be provided as a free of charge version straight from gigaspaces.com/Cloudify. For specific cases, for enterprise-grade implementation, or for very specific customization a customer may need, then we have on-site spread around the globe support teams that can assist the customer in specific customization as needed. So that's more or less once again, the easy consumption, that's something that lots of emphasis was put on both from product perspective, you know, with a very nice intuitive user interface and very nice intuitive open environment, you know, to throw your services in and to easily download and start using.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.